Our latest Club in Focus. This time we've travelled up the Jinker Track. I remember when the Jinker Track was a dirt road, and I'm with the Pine Hills president, John Easley. Probably shows how long I've been around. I think you've been around longer because as I was coming in, I've seen that one of the fields here is named after the family. How long have you been involved in the club in various stints?
I started here in 1985, supposedly as 1 year as a player. That didn't happen. I've been here basically ever since. I did have a 3-year break a couple of years ago, and then I was asked to come back. So it's nice to know that someone wanted me.
Just touching, I guess, on that and the circumstances under which you've come back, it's fair to say Pine Hills were going through a few struggles a couple of years ago with the licensed club as well, and there were some falling numbers. But it seems as though over the last 2 or 3 years, since you've been steering the ship, no doubt with help from others, that things are starting to turn around again.
Our numbers have certainly picked up. I mean, I think this year we're probably 170 plus up, and I will never, ever take any credit for it because I've got a great team. Got a great team here, and they all deserve a massive pat on the back. So it's not me, it's the people around me.
And what have you done as a committee to sort of turn that round? If there's been anything special or anything that you might want to pass on to other clubs that might help reinvigorate a club that might be in a similar circumstance at the moment?
Well, I think a lot of it is to not so much handpick, but get people in the right positions with the knowledge and stuff like that. Like one of the vice presidents, his professional career is in governance. So, he's in charge of all the governance and stuff like that and doing a great job. Like we've got Ken Swan as our DOC. He's unbelievable, and whatnot. So, like I said, right people, right positions, and that's it.
I guess it's that old adage, pick the right people and it'll all sort of self out from there.
And they make me look good then.
That's right, that's the most important thing. So great that the club is improving in numbers. Also, the senior program doing well in the last couple of years in the men's, and the women's is also starting to pick up as well.
Yeah. I mean, we a couple of years ago we said if we get the men's and women's to start progressing up the ladder, hopefully kids and parents will see that and want to bring their kids here to play in the higher leagues later on, But at the same time, we have to build our junior strength up to marry up because you can't have too big a gap.
Yeah, it's sort of like a unique pocket up here because you're sort of built away in the bushes. Do you have trouble attracting players because of the location?
Not really. Our biggest issue is we've got Sanford who's FQPL2, we've got Mitchie who's FQPL, we've got Albany Creek will be going to FQPL2 next year. That is our biggest issue, but we're not the only ones in that boat. So we've just got to learn to live with it and do the best we can.
Absolutely. So it's, as I said, great that the club has turned itself around in the last 2 to 3 years. Where do you sort of see yourselves in the next, say, 3 to 5 years?
Look, it's hard to say. We'd like our juniors at the highest level possible, and that will take more than 5 years. We know that, But as long as we start building gradually, build the ark, they will come, and that's what we want. And we want this just to be a happy, friendly family club, and that's it. We don't want any rubbish going on in the area. We just want everyone to be happy.
You've mentioned Ken Swan as your director of coaching, particularly in the juniors. Is that one of the reasons for the turnaround as well, that the juniors are starting to see some value in the coaching that they're getting as well?
I think it is because Ken is just so passionate and he does so much behind the scenes that most people in the club would never ever know. And he's got a lot of contacts. He's organising. We have sports psychologists come up to talk to parents about if little Johnny doesn't make the first team, about how to get on with his upset and all this type of stuff. And Ken's organised all these different things: podiatrists, dietitians, the whole kit and caboodle. So we're trying to get a whole complete package, So, yeah.
Well, thanks for talking to us today, John. I guess it's proof that, a club can be, not in the best of circumstances, but there is hope there that if the right people come along, you can turn things around.
That's exactly it, Like I said, right people, right positions, and I won't say you're laughing, but you're certainly on the way, Okay, thank you, Rove.